What's up? I didn't realize that was looking terrible right there. I'm gonna fix that up a little bit before we get started. Tuck it underneath the headphones. There we go. Manageable. All right, we're back with part 2 of Eternal Strands. Getting into the actual review, I feel like I had a pretty positive first look at it that I think I want to keep playing it and then get into it. The story, combat, more of that stuff, and actually, you know, review, give it a good solid review. Um, start a start some notes for this. There we go. Start jotting down my thoughts and feelings. I don't really know where to put it because I only have one screen. That maybe I should. I can't put it on my laptop. That's fine. We'll figure it out. All right, and then I'm gonna hit continue here. But I think what I'm gonna start doing is that I think, I noticed when I go to record this and then I look at my Google, my captured footage or whatever, obviously there's my face in the corner. So what I'm thinking about doing is I don't know, for a couple chunks here and there of gameplay and stuff, I'm just gonna take my camera, turn my camera off, and then my microphone will still be, because the audio is separate for that. But I'm just gonna turn my camera off, and then that way I can capture unfettered gameplay footage and stuff, and then I'll kick my camera back on, or what have you. If I feel like there's anything really, I don't know, important, powerful, whatever that I want to capture, I'll just turn my camera off. And I'll probably just get a chunk of gameplay here and there without my face. That way I can do my review. Like this frame right here, this framing of seeing the environment through your tent. That's kind of cool. Let's see. But yeah, so that's the plan moving forward. Is that, if I feel like something, if I want to make sure I have it to where I don't have my mug in the way, I'll just turn my camera off. But then I'll kick it back on whenever I'm just doing nonsense, when I'm just playing stuff I've played before, or stuff I'm just doing mini reviews of. I want to keep playing that Wheel World game. I don't think I'm gonna do a fully fledged review of it, kind of like Crime Scene Cleaner. I'm just gonna do a small write up or whatever on my IGN playlist page. I'll just do a review on there and a write up on it, and then obviously I'll have my VODs or whatever. But yeah, so if it's anything a short indie type, whatever, handful of hours type game, I'm not gonna do a fully fledged review on it. But for stuff like Wheel World and what was the other, Open Roads, shit like that, I really enjoy those games. Or so far I'm enjoying Wheel World, and I really enjoyed Open Roads. Open Road, I'll just do a little write up for it. So that's the plan moving forward. I'm already dropping frames. Are you serious? OBS, get your shit together. Or Twitch, or whichever one. Yeah, knock that shit off. Okay.
Hey, I know we need to fix up the forge, but before we do, I'd like to talk to you about something.
Sure. What's up?
I owe you an apology.
What for?
I've been a little cold since you've arrived, and I should have been more welcoming. I was just under a lot of stress with everything that happened.
You mean when we ran for our lives from a death cloud into a lost land?
Yeah, that. And losing supplies, and Aurea getting injured, and then having a point takeover who...
Lacks experience.
At the time, that's what it seemed like. But ever since we arrived, you've been more than proving yourself. You made finding food and water a top priority. That's when I realized our Weaver band is in good hands. I underestimated you when I shouldn't have, and frankly, I was a jerk about it.
It's okay, Cass.
No, it's not. I really am sorry. I hope we can have a better relationship moving forward.
Thanks. That means a lot. Let's just start fresh, okay?
I'd love that.
How are you feeling now that we're starting to get settled?
If this is settled, I'd hate to see us scrambling. I have a hard time letting my guard down when there are so many unknowns. We're still missing supplies, and our campsite isn't half what it should be. Can't see myself relaxing and smelling the roses anytime soon.
You know, when talking to Lane, they mentioned that you actually trained to become Point yourself. I was wondering if that had something to do with why we weren't getting along.
Oh, no. Being Point just wasn't for me. That's all.
The role of Point seemed really serious to you. Can I ask why that is?
Because it is serious. If you screw up, we all die.
That seems extreme.
Think of it this way. Let's say we're low on food in the desert. If you scout 3 leagues in the wrong direction, we're all 3 leagues further away from food we need to survive.
Right. I guess I see what you mean. Still sounds like an extenuating circumstance, though.
And being the first to enter the Enclave in almost half a century isn't an extenuating circumstance.
Point taken, I suppose. So, I know Sola mentioned improvements to her forge meant being able to hone my sword. What does that entail exactly?
Well, slouching so bad. I don't think I'm gonna help it. I'm just playing into it. That's too far. God damn it. I need like a little remote or something. I can just just pans it down. Or like one of those cameras that follows you. I just need one of those. And then like when I start slouching, it'll just automatically turn itself down. And then I'm sitting straight up, it'll fucking What do you do now? I feel like, yeah, fuck it. That's fine.
Unfortunately, the missing supplies I mentioned.
Is there a way I can help you restock?
Right now, we reserve the materials you bring back for your armors and weapons, because that's the priority. But if there's anything you can spare, I can repurpose them into supplies for our campsite.
Sounds simple enough.
Glad to hear it. Aurea, it's Lane, by the way.
What's that?
They don't like to be called Lane Frey. I heard you saying it to Bryn earlier. That's the name their parents chose. Lane is the name they chose.
Fair enough. Didn't realise. Thank you for letting me know. Lane, Lane, Lane. Not Lane Free, but Lane.
Visit cast to salvage any excess resources and supplies. General has resource. Supplies are used for multiple things over the course of Bryn's adventure. Used to restore the band's capabilities through station upgrades. Okay. So, how do I know? I know if I have access, because I need to do the forge. Just do a few of those.
These are a great start.
Nice.
With the supplies we've got already, we could shape up our campsite. We lost a lot of stuff when we were running for our lives, and frankly, our setup is only half of what it should be. But we can rebuild.
What do you have in mind?
Like we discussed, Sola could forge better weapons with improvements to her smithy. Like honing your sword so it can cut through arc armor. Alternatively, Dom could certainly care better for our mantles with new tools for weaving. And to keep you in fighting form, having Lane's alchemical tools in top form is invaluable. There's no end to the improvements we could make around here. And everyone's lives would be safer for it.
What about you?
Me? Oh, I don't need anything.
Come on, there must be something.
I mean, would new shelves be nice? Sure. I also have some ideas for your supply pouches. But don't worry about me. I'm fine. Right now, improving Sola's forge is more important.
Doesn't strike me as like the jokey type. I feel like this would be the way I would go. Like organization, I would do that, but I feel like she would not respect that.
You're always thinking 10 steps ahead.
You have no idea.
I love it. The better prepared our Weaver Band is, the sooner we can get out of survival mode.
Oh, I'm glad you agree.
Totally. You can count on me.
Thanks, Bryn.
Usually I go try to inject levity wherever I can, but some people respect more, you know, not that, which I understand. A constant barrage of jokes, I understand, can be annoying. I still do it anyway, but I can see how it would be annoying. Cracking up a pop. Hold on a second. Oh yeah, budget soda. I don't understand. Why do I still have to talk to her? Oh my god.
Sola is delighted with the improvements to her forge. She can refine your sword as soon as you'd like. Great work, Bryn.
Turns out we make a pretty good team. This campsite will be top of the line in no time.
Yeah, we're definitely going to need to start directing a water flow to the camp. Maybe even install a fountain in the back. Would help to get a garden going in here too. Fruits, vegetables, medicinal herbs. Oh, that reminds me, we'll need the... What?
Do you ever take a break? You know, to enjoy a job well done?
Sure. Sometimes. Once there are fewer fires to put out, I'll relax. I swear.
Just try to remember, it's not the end of the world if you take a break. Someone will step in to help lighten your load.
It doesn't always feel like the others realize how much needs to get done.
Then tell them. Like how you told me we needed supplies. I stepped in to help, didn't I?
You did. I see your point.
Teamwork makes the freaking dream work.
The others will do the same.
Maybe. I'd better get back to work, but this was nice.
I needed water. The water's right here. Maybe more water.
I knew we'd recover. We always do. Still feels nice to have my core tools back this quickly.
Still a long way to go, but we'll get there.
Speaking of, I've something for you.
I have something for you.
We've been scavenging around the way station and reclaimed a fair amount of useful materials. They're stored away and ready for you. Should be enough to reforge your sword as we discussed.
What should I expect from a reforged sword?
It depends on the materials we use. Some hold edge better, making your swipes that much more deadly. Others make your gear lighter, or, for something like armor, change the way it handles heat and cold.
What's the key difference between reforging my gear and just making something new?
If you want gear that does something fundamentally different, make something new. For instance, there are fabrics, metals, leathers, and so on that are highly resistant to heat. A suit of armor made of a combination of those would have been incredible against the Drake you faced in the Veil's shadow.
Yeah, I like that system. It's like prepping for whatever, like, enemy, biome, environment, whatever you're kind of going up against. I like that.
If you don't need something additional, and just want to improve what you already have, that's when you reforge. Keeps the clutter down in the caravan.
Can you also reforge armor? Improve my bow?
Sure can. Weapons or armor, we can rework them with different materials as you prefer.
Sounds like it's time to make something that can punch through arc armor.
That's the spirit.
Also, for whoever's watching, you guys better be prepared. If I can afford or get Arc Raiders, speaking of Arc, if I can get Arc Raiders when it comes out, that's like this entire channel is being dedicated to Arc Raiders. That game is so good. I played that tech, like the tech demo, like the second time around, like the last day it was available. And so good. So I'll try not to like, seriously, I'll try not to make it all about that, but I may be streaming Arc Raiders a ton. The game is rad.
Zola, this plan to repurpose Carapace to fix the Loongate's conduit? Pure elegance.
Zev's idea. I only helped him with the design.
You did more than help. You practically finished it.
What is this? A competition of humility? You're both brilliant, just like this design.
I can agree with that.
I suppose.
Like the camp conversation. Cute. Oh, snap. That was cool. I don't have enough woven resources. Dang. That's cool. I like the real-time preview. Woven resource. Dang, I want that mask. That was sick. Bummer. Well, that's alright. The materials will change both the appearance and the stats of your gear. High quality materials with significant impact on Brent's damage and survivability. Ah, I don't have any. Dude, hell yeah. That's cool that it changes the color of her details. That's sick. Yellow's cool. I like the red, but the green looks cool. Oh, even the, oh, okay. Dang, that's pretty sick. I like the attention to detail for this. Because that's like even layered, like the inlay stitch or whatever has a different color based on the resource. That's pretty sick. I like that a lot. If I select that one. Oh, dang. Nice. That's really cool. Blue and yellow aren't like the best colors together, but not terrible. I have enough. I have enough steel. That's cool. It makes it look kind of rustic. Damn, that makes that go down a ton. Either way. Bummer.
This one strikes a good balance.
I wonder. So I know you can change your loadout when you're in the camp, but it'd be interesting to see if you can have multiple outfits on you, like on your person, which obviously sacrifices a slot for whatever resource you're gonna have. But I wonder if you can have multiple. It'd be interesting to find out if you can have multiple outfits, and then that way you can just kind of switch. Like if you wanted to make a fully heat resistant, like that person was saying, fully heat resistant, fully cold resistant, and then you can freely swap between them, would be really cool. Just leaving that as is, apparently. Just one short for that. That's a bummer.
Perfect pair. There you go. Not just good as new, better.
Now that I can cut the carapace free, what's next?
Now, I think that was a lot of attention to detail just for them not to show the changes on her outfit during cutscenes, during dialogue. You're going to pay attention to that level of like updating it as you're doing it, as you're crafting it. I think we should be able to see the changes on the character, but I guess it's hand drawn, so maybe that's why. I was like, there's each things are. I guess that would be a lot. Never mind. Scratch that.
Whenever the band is collaborating on a problem, I'm often the one to create the design, and you'll put it together with me. At least normally they're my designs. Sev actually came up with this one. With carapace and enough metal, I can forge his patch for the leaking conduit.
Any particular metal required?
No, just enough of the same type. Sev and I try to keep our designs flexible to work with whatever we've got in the caravan. Once you have everything we need, we'll forge the patch here.
So I need to. Oh, so it automatically goes in there. Okay. So I shouldn't have anything in my inventory outside of key items. Nice. Okay, so this is just showing what your loadout is. I was wondering if you could put... Because I feel like if you have to go back to camp each time you want to change your outfit, like I feel like that is a little cumbersome. I use this thing, this limb gate to teleport. So that would be cool. No.
Two wonders of enchanting, an arc and loom gates. We can touch them, smell them if we want.
Yeah, man, if you want to do that, I guess. Touch it, lick it, smell it. Fucking rub it.
And they don't
Sorry.
work. Maddening.
Did you?
Did I what?
Smell the loom gate.
I'd ask to be able to lick it. Like, did you lick it? Sorry, I'm opening them. So let's snap. I'll tell my wife. Tee-hee. Just kidding.
Little, but that's beside the point. But mossy, hints of sage, a subtle yet full-bodied undertone of dirt.
Big surprise on that last one. That's funny. Also, how do you smell something a little? It's just like a... That's it, just a little... That's it.
Amazing. Well, now we just need to get it working.
Oh yes, should our plan succeed.
And if not?
Then it is time for Plan B, which I have not yet thought up, but I'm sure we won't need.
All right, I'll let you get back to sniffing an inanimate object. I guess, well, I mean, isn't it animate? I mean, you teleport through it, so I guess it is. You can't interact with it. Details. Oh, well, it doesn't look like more enemies popped up, which is cool. I don't love that I have to, don't fall off the side, run all the way back to this place. I did undo that loom gate. Oh, alright. There's something attacking me. What was it again? You had to freeze it? You little bastard. Taking away my stamina to get hit? Damn, dude. These things are so low run. It's insane that they melt your health bar so fast. Jesus Christ. Those things suck. Excuse me. And in all honesty, I might get a sense of the difficulty on normal, and then just to like kind of get through the story, I may change the difficulty down to just story mode. Because these little fucking things are driving me crazy. Yeah, I always come in pairs. Just so annoying. Dude, I'm... Gosh. Now I'm on fire. Give me a minute, asshole. Yeah. What was that? Are they sleeping? I can't get it from here. Completely unaffected by that. All right. So you can pick up whatever you want to throw, and then just have it aimed at the thing you want to throw it at, and it'll make the connection. So that's cool. That's good to know. You don't have to like kind of like wing it into the fucking thing, like what I was thinking that you had to. You had to like aim it or whatever. That's every one of these assholes. Why do they have to be in? They have to be in twos. Yeah, I guess at a certain point you have to kind of start making the decision whether, like, what you want to grab. If it's worth to grab, oh, bounce shot. Nice. Dude. The tells for their attacks are, I feel like they're just not good. Like, you don't really have a whole lot of time to react to the tells, to the windups. If I feel like if I'm attacking something, I feel like there should be some stun lock in there somewhere, not just parrying, and then that's what causes the stun. Like if I'm hitting something with my sword, I feel like that should be that. Here we are.
You're coming up on the Ark of the Stricken Earth. With a stronger sword, hopefully the carapace will come off easy.
Or he'll wake up and kill me.
This might take a while.
You'll need to swing harder to cut through armor that thick.
What's happening?
Knew it.
Retrieving the carapace is going to be trickier than we thought.
Is she really ready to fight that thing?
Always a hater, Kaz.
Catch your breath. When you're ready, you can climb the Ark to attack it from different angles.
I'll say very much Shadow of the Colossus. Oh yeah, they're looking at you the entire time. Yep, Shadow of the Colossus. 100%. Hey, I clinged. Bullshit.
That's it. everything you've got. Anymore. Move on.
Oh, god damn it. Ouch. Damn it. What? Get the fuck out of here, dude. No way. Dude, what the fuck? How is he able to grab me from that? Get the fuck out of here, dude. Nope, not today.
might lose our chance to get the carapace. You secured it.
I say I almost fucking
Any concerns
went from
about using the Ark
3.
on Strand, Dom?
Concerns? None. Excitement? Considerable. We should be able to weave that strand into your mantle bring.
Went through 3 freaking tonics in the last, quarter of his health bar, but whatever. He's not gonna get any back from that. All right, here we go. Looks like a big waste. What are you gonna do with the rest of the stuff? I cut off a bunch of armor.
That's as far as I can push the scry.
Oh, what's that mean? Fair enough. All right, I'm gonna shut my camera off so I can get, because we're already about an hour in the stream. So I'll turn my camera off so I can get some solid footage here for the next however long. I think I did that. Nice. Now I'll turn it back on here in a bit. New extreme weather. Oh, okay, so it's kind of. I mean, not. I'm sure Dave the Diver isn't in the first game to do this, but also very Dave the Diver because you can dive twice during the day and once at night optionally. That same thing, and kind of like, enemies are more dangerous. Some other terrain situations, so on and so forth. That's it's definitely like an interesting gameplay loop. I don't blame him for incorporating that. Easy way to add variety. Okay. That's cool. Ensnaring blast. Love that. As you'll find exquisite. Yeah. Yeah, Bill. I don't have another one of these. Assuming it's automatically in my left bumper menu. Seal the broken pipe.
Perfect.
You think this patch will fix the leaking pipe?
Yes. And with the debris cleared, why don't you tell Aria we've got everything we need to fix the loom gate?
Me?
Acting or otherwise, major communication should come from the point.
I'll keep that in mind.
Aria. We have news.
The patch is ready, and I've cleared the debris at the loom gate in Glintwood Hollow.
Excellent work, Bryn. Time for you to take a well-earned rest while the band heads into the Hollow.
You sure you don't need me to come?
We've got this, and you need the break.
All right, if you say so.
I like our little tent set up over here. It's cute.
Aurea, how's it going?
Bryn, you're awake. We're making progress over here. Careful with that.
Hey, no one came back to camp, did they? Is the rest of the band still with you?
We're all here, and the leak is just about fixed.
Wow.
Hey, wait, I just want to talk. That was incredible.
Hey, couldn't have done it without you.
Actually, we couldn't have done it without Sev. I didn't expect you to have such a deft hand with magical conduits.
I'm not... I mean... We just got lucky it held.
There's something smells fishy about this guy. Feels like he's not who he says he is.
Not to distract from the victory, but something happened while you were gone. I saw something. Well, someone.
I'm not even fucking recording. I'm an idiot.
A Hearthsider?
Maybe. The figure was masked and standing at the edge of the camp. I think they were watching me. Before they disappeared.
How friendly.
If there are people still left in the Enclave, we need to find them. They can tell us what happened here.
Yes. I was just thinking we should chase down the scary masked figure that likes to watch Bryn sleep.
I like this guy, though. Hopefully it doesn't turn out to be like a dirtbag.
Hey, even asleep, I am a pretty fearsome presence. Seriously, though. We just burst through their veil, defeated their massive arc, and powered up their lost enchantments. Wouldn't you be scared of us if you were an Enclave weaver?
That's actually not a bad point.
Friendly or hostile, if there are Hearthsiders, we need to find them.
Agreed.
And the good news is, fixing the Loom Gate didn't just give us easier access to Glintwood, it expanded our scry's reach.
So scries are somehow connected to the Enclave's tapestry?
Every scry was built here.
This means you not only have access to the Loom Gate, but you can safely explore further.
Incidentally, our maps indicate that there is a village beyond the Hollow in a large swathe of wetlands known as Dredger's Mire.
Perhaps we'll find our Hearthsider there. Bryn, why don't you brief with Lane before your next expedition?
Sounds good.
After that, it's time to use the Loom Gate.
Why didn't you guys return using it yourselves?
We needed to take a key swatch back to camp in order to connect the two. We'll make sure you have a key swatch to connect any other Loom Gates to this one from now on.
To read or not to read it? Is the question. In terms of pure devastation, nothing matches the raw power of the Ark of the Stricken Earth. Wielding a bespoke mining bar and standing tall enough to graze the treetops, it is no wonder that their mere existence was considered extremely controversial. Wow. Prior to the Surge. The Enclave insisted that these massive arcs were designed strictly for construction, but any fool with the faintest spark of imagination could see their destructive potential. I have no doubt at all that the Enclave's military strategists were prepared to deploy them in defense of the borders. Their kinetic blasts alone would make quick work of any sort of temporary fortification erected by would-be invaders. Erected, am I right? These offensive attributes, of course, were also incredibly useful for their stated purpose of quarrying, shaping, and transporting stone and other building materials. The massive bridges and seemingly impossible rises of Denevron are both proof of this and a veiled statement of their potential. Alas, following the Surge, it seems that any of the Ark's instincts relating to the construction have fallen by the wayside in favor of an overriding desire to smash anything that moves, including our vivacious Point Brent. We do wonder, however, whether they might be responsible for the circular carvings found on rock walls around the outskirts. From the strand Bren recovered, we believe that the locus of their power, I've never heard locust before, of their power is centrally located over where an Asher's heart could be found, insulated by the layer of carapace under the chest plate. Exposing it is merely a matter of peeling that massive slab of armor free. Our enchanter insisted I clarify. I only slightly stumbled through that, so not too bad.
Here to brief?
They're always done talking by the time I take a drink.
I like to know everything I can before venturing off to a new place.
Just beyond the forested hills of Glintwood Hollow lies the wetlands known as Dredger's Mire. Much like the Hollow, the Enclave prospected many of the raw materials needed for its ambitious constructs and projects from the mire. Oh, it's no coincidence you found the Ark of the Stricken Earth near a collapsed mine. Likely, it was used for the excavation of minerals and metals before the surge. I believe the natural surroundings of the mire were also rich in resources. The Enclave even settled a small village there known as Poldervale.
Which is where I might find that masked figure that was watching me.
It's possible. Regardless, do you have any questions before you head out?
Some of the others didn't seem so sure we should be trying to track down the masked figure. What do you think?
History demands we find them. If the masked figure truly is a Hearthsider, their stories and what they've lived through in here would be invaluable to our understanding of the Enclave and of the Surge.
Sounds like I'd better find them then. Apart from the village, it sounds like this is mostly untamed lands. Any expectation that it will be more dangerous than the Hollow?
I would expect so, yes. We've made camp in a way station that's pretty far from Denevron, and the mire yet even more remote. Everything I've read says the deeper into the outskirts of the Enclave one ventures, the more wild and untamed the lands become.
You're saying my battle with the Great Ark might be looking like child's play soon?
Possibly?
What can you tell me about Poldervale? It seems like it was settled pretty far from their capital.
Indeed. Though, when you take instantaneous travel through loom gates into account, what constitutes a remote village changes. The village was likely settled to facilitate the prospecting of raw materials in the outskirts. Resources farmed here could easily be transported across the Enclave through the use of loom gates.
Thanks for the info, Lane. I think I'm ready to head out.
My pleasure. Oh, wait, I almost forgot. I didn't have the biggest role to play in the loom gates repair. I'm not exactly handy with a hammer. But watching the band work gave me an idea for a new alchemical project. Its working name is a loom shard.
A loom shard?
Yes. It's a shard that could draw magic from a loom gate and bring you back to camp safely, wherever you are.
How is this different from Aurea putting me back with the scry?
Unaided, Aurea can only summon enough magic to bring you back safely, not all the valuables you might have collected on your expedition. Because this shard draws magic from the tapestry, it can bring you back safely with all you've gathered.
Thanks, Lane.
Well, that's handy. Okay, I'm not reading that again.
Bryn, one would think you've been fighting massive constructs your entire life.
It's a newer hobby I've picked up. On account of only having seen one for the first time recently.
Yes, it's quite something to see a massive Archon after studying their role in history for so long.
You seem a little concerned about something.
Oh, no. That Arcs are still functioning in the Enclave is a revelatory discovery. I'm elated, of course.
Very convincing.
It's just, this Archon brings up more questions than it answers. For starters, arcs of this variety tended to carry a slate bar to help break rocks. It was clearly working in the nearby mine. One must wonder whether its tool was lost in a cave-in. It's hard to say, really. Another mystery, there's no record of Archon hostility towards Weavers. Did they turn on their creators after the Surge?
Is this just about the arcs?
It's about everything. I suspect we're chasing dead ends. None of these leads fill me with any sort of confidence.
Come on. Sola told me you once deciphered a 1,200-year-old Tarzan pictograph that led Oria to a cache of lost treasures. If anyone can figure this place out, it's you.
Rin, have you ever built an archive from the ground up without access to records, first-hand accounts, or living witnesses?
Nope. Can't say I have.
That explains your optimism, but thanks for the vote of confidence.
All we can do is put one foot in front of the other. If we're ever going to solve this puzzle, it will only happen piece by piece.
You're right about that. More pieces would help, though. Maybe if you track down other arcs, we might start to understand what's going on with them.
More information about anything trying to kill me is probably a good thing. Though it does mean getting close to the things trying to kill me, which is less good.
Yes, do try not to die in the process, as that would render the information less useful.
I think the voice actors did a great job so far. I think it's very, very charming. The back and forth is very charming.
They are quite the thing, aren't they? Tangles, I mean.
After what it was like outside the Enclave, the ones in here are child's play.
It is an enduring mystery as to why the Veil's shadow is flooded with them. I did not expect that they would be so common inside the Enclave.
Are they common anywhere?
No. They were theoretical until the Veil went up. And then, of course, they became political.
What exactly are tangles?
To our best understanding, magic is more than just energy. As far as we know, raw magic is a physical substance, but normally invisible. Our mantles gather it from the air as we move, but tangles prove it can concentrate on its own.
Alright, this is a bunch of dialogue, so I'm gonna turn my camera back on. I like once I start running around and exploring the space and stuff and doing combat and whatever, I'll shut my camera back off.
What did you mean by political?
The surge was specifically catastrophic towards enchanted equipment. Explosions, out-of-control activations, you name it. And tell me, logically, who were the most likely people to have enchanted items on or around them?
The rich and powerful?
Well done. So, in a single moment, you have what seem to be hundreds of assassinations.
And decades of war followed.
As I said, political.
You said they were theoretical. What did you mean?
Lane and I have been digging. The only research on tangles we could find were thought experiments until the Veil's appearance. As you might expect, That research was done here in the Enclave. Apparently, they did not publish everything they knew.
Thanks, Dom. That helps me understand them better.
Ultimately, the most practical advice I can give is very simple. Don't stand in the murder cloud.
Heard.
Shouldn't we be trying to find a way out of here?
Focus on one thing at a time. That's all we can do.
What is there to focus on except that we're stuck inside a magical bubble for all eternity?
How about your share of the camp setup? Less worrying and more unpacking, please.
Yeah. Okay. No more talking to that guy.
Well pleased with the reforge. There's another option too. We can enhance your gear.
Not the same thing?
No, Bren, that's not the same thing. Jesus Christ. Your shit together. How dare you ask that question?
No. Enhancing uses more of the same materials from the original construction. I use them to add a bit more protection to your armor, reinforce your blades and such. Worth doing if you have extra materials. I'll be able to do more as we build my smithy's set of tools back up. Perfect pair.
Yeah, that's what I want to do.
More feathers.
I want this thing to do. Oh, okay, so it's the stuff that you reforged it with.
Try to bring this back in one piece.
I see. I mean, my main problem is that I just don't want a bunch of clashy colors. Like, it's kind of like that. It's like the problem I have with Destiny, where it's like you can just have like a absolute goof. Like it's like Destiny and something else. I forget what it was, but there's like games like looter shooters that you just like slap on a helmet that's completely different than, you know what I mean? Like, and you have shaders, which are cool that they started to figure that out, but like, I thought Avowed did it really well, where they have like that transmog, that thing where you can make anything look like another piece of gear that you have, which is great. But yeah, you could just look like an absolute asshole just running around because you have like just conflicting stuff on, and it's so funny. What game was that did that before they fixed it? Oh, Cyberpunk was like that. Cyberpunk was like rough because it all had like gear upgrades, but then you just look like an absolute turd until they incorporated that like outfit system. It was so funny. I feel like we're starting to get in that territory a little bit with this outfit. I do like the darker inside of the pants, though.
Not too heavy, not too light.
Okay. Just like that as is. Gotta pet the bison thing. Damn, what do you need 50 for? My man, Jesus. Um, need 20. 21 slots available in our pack, and the scry will be able to pull up to 6 resources. Okay, so we definitely want to do that. So you need 20. Okay, there we go. Want to be able to carry more stuff, for sure. Nice. I feel like I can make that work. I have pretty much. Maybe not. That's a lot. Okay, I got the 10. That's a lot. I'll worry about that.
Cass,
Yours.
what you said about the point roll not being for you. Lane said the training was going well, and then one day, it just stopped. Can I ask why?
Honestly, it was just too much for me. The responsibility that comes with being point. I guess I caved under pressure. leaping headfirst into danger isn't for everyone. What made you decide to become a point?
I love using my skills to serve our band. It brings me a sense of community I've never felt before.
Really? That's what I love about being a quartermaster.
I guess we're both fueled by camaraderie then. I always felt like a black sheep back in Calnhaven.
And has being point given you what you're looking for?
So far, yeah.
Good. For a long time, I felt like I let Aurea down. She wanted me to continue with the training, but I just couldn't. When she offered to keep me on as a quartermaster, I was surprised. In time, it made sense, though. I always enjoyed the planning of my expeditions, more than the expeditions themselves.
So you've been happier as a quartermaster?
Yes, this is much more my speed. Besides, someone needs to hang out with Arva. Seriously, I'm more than happy to leave the creature wrangling to you.
I'm not sure I have what it takes to pack a caravan anyway.
I've seen how messy your tent is. You most definitely do not.
Mm-hmm. Rude.
So, now that I'm done being frigid and unwelcoming.
You were only lukewarm.
Sure. How about an icebreaker? To get to know each other better.
Sounds fun. What have you got?
Simple. If you were a wild animal, what would you be?
Ooh. I think I'd be in a color.
Why is that?
Aggressive, but they hunt in packs with close bonds. I love adventuring, but a kick-ass team is what makes it meaningful.
Huh. I like that.
And yourself? What animal would you be?
She blushing? What's that? She blushing?
An eastern reef crake.
A crake? Somehow I pictured fewer tentacles and destroyed ships in your wake.
You're thinking of the big ones. An eastern reef crake is pretty small and harmless. But all crakes are misunderstood. They are incredibly intelligent creatures, and they diligently protect their eggs.
Fixing my hair too much.
They actually only attack when their nest is under threat. So yeah, I'd be a crake, happily living underwater. Normally, when you crack jokes in the face of dire circumstances, hives start breaking out on my skin.
Okay.
But when it comes to the masked Hearthsider, you might have a point. He could be scared of us. We are disassembling their enchantments left and right. And in the case of their arcs, dismembering.
Besides, who wouldn't quake in their boots at the sight of me? I am about as strapping as they come.
Mm-hmm.
And here come the hives.
That's pretty funny. Yeah, so okay. I don't love that. I love the fact that the only time you could switch stuff is at this person's, because it's caravan, but I mean, it is what it is, I guess. Oh, I wonder if I can actually craft, speaking of that head armor. Hell yeah, I can craft it now. Nice. And to go down one.
Nice to work on something a little lighter every once in a while.
Sick. Oh, I forgot. Dang. The hood. I don't have any more woven resources. Only one away from that. Cool. Dang.
Did you see the size of that mine entrance? Amazing, isn't it?
You mean the one behind the giant ark that woke up and tried to wallop me?
That's the one. Given the size of the entrance, I can only imagine how huge the mine must have been. Their yields must have been incredible.
I've heard the rich resources are a big part of why weavers first settled this area.
The land's hostile, but they knew it was worth the risk. Ores from the Enclave are high grade, very pure. I hope I'm not prying by bringing this up, but Darm and Arya told me about your last band.
Oh, yeah.
Sounds like it was pretty rough.
It wasn't great, that's for sure. I mean, I gave up everything I knew to become a weaver. And it only took a couple of weeks for me to realize I had chased the wrong caravan out of town. All that band did was drink and fight. I stuck around, thinking I might be able to make a difference if I became point, but Errand chose someone else to take his place in the end.
You're in better hands now, I promise. Even though I'm sure your last few days with us have been a lot. Do you have any regrets about leaving?
I did have one friend in the band, Pelagia. She was their enchantress. She was actually the one who convinced Errand to let me join them. Due to the nature of my departure, I wasn't able to say goodbye. I thought I would send her a letter the next time we stopped in a town.
Then we tumbled through the veil.
Yeah. I don't know what she must think of me.
If she's a true friend, she'll understand.
I hope so. Friends like her are rare.
That's what makes them special.
He didn't have any more dialogue options. He does.
Color me delighted that we're starting to restore our capabilities around the camp. When the time comes, I'll work with Casmin to create some new tools here.
Then we can start weaving more intricate strands into my mantle, right?
Yes. You harvest, I'll weave, and we'll have you channeling such magics.
Hell yeah, brother.
I couldn't help overhear Darm mentioning the Surge's impact on the politics of our lands.
You really do pay attention to what happens around here, don't you?
A survival instinct. Growing up in Udea, you realize the walls have ears.
And eyes.
If some of those ears aren't yours, you're at a disadvantage. That was actually the problem, you see?
The problem?
After the surge cascaded through the Maida, every kind of long-range magical communication broke down. So you have magical chaos and no way to confirm if your nation is under attack. You assume the worst and retaliate. Udea, my homeland, was hit hard. Our trade fleets had become rather dependent on magical navigation.
And they couldn't find their way home.
Or at least to a safe harbor. You could argue the loss of our fleets was worse than any individual war.
Because the trade network suddenly collapsed. My parents used to talk about shortages during those years. It got rough, they said.
Yes. And the worst wars are fought over resources when people are desperate. I very much hope we can find the true cause of all that suffering. And a way out to share it with the rest of the world after we do. A crafter is only as good as their tools, they say.
Glad we're starting to upgrade the camp, then.
Very much so. There are alchemical formulas I simply can't create for you without the right alembics and specifically treated crucibles. Once I have those, we'll be set. Many of the plants and minerals I'm after are within safe distance of the camp, so I'll be able to gather them myself.
Cool.
So, how often do I need to return to camp? Do you need me to report back frequently?
That's entirely up to you. Points privilege. You're the one taking the risks, so you can gauge how far and how long you can push. From time to time, I or the folks around the camp might have requests, but we'll defer to your priorities.
Oh, we're doing all of it. We want freaking all of it, man.
And if you get into trouble, I'll pull you to safety. Might lose some resources, but that's a small price to pay.
Got it. A lot of responsibility.
Points privilege.
Can I ask how you knew to pack up the camp outside the Vale?